Welcome back, you beautiful people. The Hardcore Hardtail, a relatively recent phenomenon designed to be fun and way forgiving, but designed on a platform that is pretty much unforgiving because it is a hardtail. That got me thinking though, how fast is it on a scale to a cross-country full suspension bike, which has gone through a number of different design changes as well through the years, being slacker head angle, longer suspension on the front and on the rear, roomier geometry, but still keeping that super lightweight and agile feel. Well, today we're gonna find out. We're going head to head to see how fast an aggressive hardtail is against a modern day cross-country bike. Before we get kicked off, let's talk about the bikes I'm going to be riding today. This is the new Orbea Laufey. It's a full 29er bike, an aluminium frame as well. Now, talk about aluminium, it's hydroformed alloy, but the cool thing about this bike is that it is in-frame storage right here, which is pretty unique to have in an aluminium bike, but in this price range. Now, this is a medium-sized frame, and it has mud clearance on the rear for a big tire, a 2.6, which is a good thing because I am running my Vittoria Mazda 29 2.6s in the Enduro casing tire. It gives me a little bit more compliance out there, especially when I'm running a hardtail. I like a big girthy tire. Talk about compliance, they have actually redesigned the rear triangle to give a bit more vertical compliance when riding the hardtail out on the trail, just to get rid of that trail chatter, all that bumpiness. Yes, the important bit, the head angle on this Laufey is 63.5. Now that's 3.5 degrees slacker than the Oiz. A low 65mm BB drop, relatively long reach depending on what size hardtail frame you go for. The low slung top tube and short seat tube, which is Orbea's steep and deep system. The slack head angle is not too far off you would expect on a downhill or enduro bike. This helps give you more confidence on steeper and rougher sections. The longer reach compared to a less aggressive hardtail gives a bit more stability and room to position yourself on the bike. The lower BB also adds that stability and help out there with railing and pumping through corners and rough stuff. Also helps you feel like you're in the bike, making you feel in control of it, stopping you feeling like it's hindering your abilities to moving around the bike. Now let's talk about the competition. Now this is the Orbea Oiz. Now Orbea say the Oiz isn't a downcountry bike. Oh no, it's not a trail machine. No. It's a 120mm XC thoroughbred racing machine. 29-inch wheels, like I said, 120mm of travel, front and rear, full carbon frame. They call this the power spine. Now this is my dirty little secret. I absolutely adore this bike a lot, but they've removed product where they shouldn't have product to make it super lightweight, added some to make it super stiff. This bike is more than capable than what you think it can. The head tube on this is 67 degrees. The seat tube angle is 76.5. Fox all round, and it's in a medium-sized frame because I'm a short ass. Oh, the great thing about this bike is it's full suspension, but you can lock it out with a squid lock. Another unique thing, it has a dropper post, just to give it that little edge when it comes to riding down those steep, rough trails. This one is noticeably heavier. Is that going to be an advantage going downhill? Let's find out. Start the clock. 3, 2, 1, grab it! Wow, the riding stance on this bike is good. You're neutral, it feels aggressive, you're in the bike, you can ride it hard. The only thing is, it's got no rear suspension, but that's okay because obviously it's a hardtail, an aggressive hardtail. You got a lot of grip coming through the tires, which is great. You got suspension on the front. Kind of put down a time. Let's go put a time down with the Oiz and see how that comes out. Well, it is a race against the clock. So to see which one is faster, I've put a nice descent in front of us. It's got everything, a mixture of everything on downhill to ruts, to wet routes, to drops, to off camber, to berms, to jumps, everything. It's against the clock. Which one is gonna come out on top? The aggressive hardtail with 140mm up front, or the super XC thoroughbred race machine with 120 all-round full suspension rig? I cannot wait. I love this track. It's a proving grounds. Anyway, time on the screen. 3, 2, 1, go. Well, the weather has turned and it's got super wet and muddy, and now I had some sketchy moments there. I fell off. But what they can do on this bike in the cross-country series is incredible, how they can push a bike like this down some gnarly stuff. Compared to that, this is tame, but it did really well. I think the only one concern of mine is there was not much grip for me out there on these tires, but that's an excuse. Anyway, let's go find out what the times are between the two, because it's gonna be close. So there we have it, you beautiful people. We've done multiple runs down that downhill track on both bikes, and the surprising results. I'm gonna kick it off with the Orbea Next Level Oiz. Now this thing is my dirty little secret. I absolutely love this bike. It is capable in more ways than none. People underestimate cross-country bikes nowadays. They have come a long way. You can ride this thing kind of really hard and still have a big day in the saddle and tackle some crazy stuff. I'm also surprised with the Orbea Laufey. This thing right here is capable. I'm a big fan of hardtails. I always have been. And you can do a lot on this bike. You don't really need all the suspension to have a good time. And I've proven that. It just comes down to your abilities and skill levels to push the boundaries of the hardtail. But like I said, this one surprised me. It actually beat that. It beat it, but only by 1 second. That track is not very long. So I set the time down on the Laufey and I got it in 49 seconds. I did it in 50 seconds on the full suspension. But it all comes down to tire choice. It can make or break any bike with tire choice, especially on a day like this, where it is muddy, it's wet, it's rainy, you need all the grip. And with these Enduro casing tires, it's just super grippy. You are filled with confidence when it comes to riding in the turns in the mud. Now, it's only 1 second, and I did it on some cross-country tires. There is grip there, but not as much as that. I was feeling a little bit conservative riding the Orbea Oiz compared to that one. And like I said in the beginning of the video, you're sat in this bike. You are in control of it. Being in a hardtail, it is capable. But out of all of this today, what are we taking from it? Well, I am very surprised again with the cross-country bike, because like I said, you can push this rig to its absolute limit, but you can do on that. Is that quicker than this one? Yes, it is. But it all comes down to the terrain you're riding. Hopefully this video has helped you out. Understand that hardtails are pretty much capable, as well as a cross-country thoroughbred bike. I need a cup of tea and I need to go and warm up even more, even though I've had 2 cups of tea already. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. See ya.